Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. What was the top performing Nasdaq index in April? Sara Mehle, Index Research Strategist at Nasdaq Global Indexes, joins us to discuss. Sara, it's great to see you as always. Welcome back to Trade Talks, and let's get an overview of what we saw in April performance on your first slide here.
Hey, Jill. Yeah, so we saw out of the 100 indexes that we track in this particular report, 52 finished in positive territory for the month of April. Across all 100, the average gain was negative 0.7, so down 70 basis points. The best performing was the Nasdaq Junior Biotech Index, up 8%, while the worst performing was the Clean Edge Green Energy Index. So we saw a theme of strength across the more risk-off sectors and weakness you'll see as we go through, a general theme of weakness in tech. So out of the Nasdaq featured indexes, we had the Nasdaq Felix Gold Silver Sector Index finished up the highest with 1.9. The Nasdaq 100 was up 0.5, so up 50 basis points, while the composite was flat. We know that those mega cap names are still seeing strength, where we see the Nasdaq 100 equal weighted finished down 2%. So it's really those mega cap names, holding that particular index up. So again, weakness overall in tech. In our global lineup, Europe was the top performing in developed markets when compared to emerging markets. And yeah, so the developed markets finished up 1.4, while the emerging finished down 1.5. So really seeing some dispersion there across the globe as well.
Yep, and sticking with the risk-off theme, we can see investors really went to the dividend payers.
Yeah, so starting off, those dividend payers, we had the Nasdaq Select Canadian Dividend Index outperform, up 3.7. We saw the majority of those dividended income indexes finish up for the month of April. The Technology Dividend Index, again, that tech theme, that index did finish down 2%. So again, just going through that theme of overall weakness there for tech. But in our Green Economy Index lineup, solar finished down 10. We had wind finish in the negative, generally weakness across that suite. And then looking at the Nasdaq OMX Nordic indexes, we saw a majority of these finish up for the month of April. The OMX Stockholm 30 finished up 2%, the Copenhagen 25 up 1.6, while we saw the OMX Helsinki 25 finish down 60 basis points. But generally speaking, some strength there in the Nordics.
And what happens if we take a look at the momentum and options indexes?
Yeah, so looking at the Nasdaq Dorsey Wright Index lineup, again, we're going to see that theme of risk off. So healthcare is up there at the top. We also see consumer staples, also some international, which I think is interesting. I think those top performing sectors or areas right now, it's really a mishmash. I think there's really a fight for leadership right now, and that's where we kind of see not really one particular theme or sector exactly at it coming in at top 5. So healthcare, international, consumer staples, again, financials, developed, utilities, really those risk off, like I said, but no true one sector, I think, is really showing strength there. Technology, the worst performing, down 7.6, and basic materials also down 3.6. And then looking in the options suite, all of those managed to finish up for the month of April in positive territory, with the Credit Suisse Nasdaq WTI crude oil flows 106 outperforming with a gain of 3.0 or 3.5, followed by the SIBO Nasdaq 100 Buy Right Index up about 2%.
And finally, let's wrap up here with thematics.
So wrapping it up with our thematic and tech indexes, again, that Nasdaq Junior Biotech Index really did outperform here, up 8%. We also saw strength in global digital health. So the Nasdaq CTA Global Digital Health Index, again, the Nasdaq Biotech Index, Nasdaq Lux Health Tech, and Nasdaq CTA Global Digital Payments. So we can see some healthcare, some tech, and then I think that the digital payments is interesting, as well as the ISE Mobile Payments Index. Down at the bottom, again, the Nasdaq Clean Edge Green Energy Index down 14%. We also saw weakness in artificial intelligence. It was all over the news, but we did see artificial intelligence, the Nasdaq CTA Artificial Intelligence Index finished down 10%, and also saw weakness in semiconductors, which were the leading area last month. So again, looking at that healthcare, that tech, and again, some of those digital payments, I think, are an interesting move at the top, up at the top, and truly a mixed bag in April. So far this year, the Nasdaq 100 is up about 19%. So, but again, a rather flat month, but we did at least finish up 50 basis points.
All right, we'll take that, won't we, Sara? Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.